Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and today it is an exciting day because somebody's back, a Halloween podcast favorite, April. April, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, people have actually messaged me and have sent me like comments and stuff saying, why don't you bring back April? She was a favorite of mine. Well, here you are.
Holy cow, me?
Yes, that's so weird.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Yes, the listeners love April, and I'm glad I finally got her to come back on the show, because we actually tried to record this episode probably, a month now it's been that we tried?
I feel like it's been a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've been trying and trying. I just been so busy.
Well, and then there was the whole voodoo on the computer.
Oh yeah, that too. That really irritated me. I couldn't get the sound to work, and
it scares me when technology can't be fixed by Lyle. Because if you don't know him that well, Lyle can do anything.
Well, thank you. I try. I mean, I do what I can. That's why I have so many skills, I guess, as a human being.
Yes, you have a lot of skills.
Yes. All right. So, April, what are we going to do in this episode?
We're going to talk about the Sister Season 3 Halloween episode.
Yes, that was Season 3, Episode 7. Do you know when this originally aired?
I know I was 15.
This episode originally aired on October 25th, 1995. That was, 20 years ago almost now? 19 years ago? I don't know how long that's been.
I'm so old.
Oh, wait, no. It's been almost 30 years ago. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
30 years ago, this episode came out. And did you know, April, that this is actually closing a very important chapter in the Halloween podcast, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but in the series that we started a long time ago. Do you know what that is?
No.
Well, this episode, or this show of Sister, do you know what network it was on?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I can never keep track of them. I know it was one with letters.
Well, this aired on the WB, and if you give me 1 second, I'll bring it up. I had it on my notes, but somehow it kind of went away. So, all right,
I'm making music in the background while we're waiting.
Oh, thank you.
All
right, I got it.
We're not a game show. Dang it.
No. But, all right, so, Sister, and you know, every time I have you on the show, April, we normally go over a sitcom, right?
I love sitcoms.
So do I. And this episode...
and Halloween.
Oh, I love Halloween. But this episode originally aired October 25th, 1995. It was a Wednesday. And on that Wednesday, the lineup on the WB went from Sister was first, The Parenthood was second, The Wayans Brothers was third, and Unhappily Ever After was fourth. That was at 9:30. We're covering the Halloween episode for Sister now. We did the one for The Parenthood. We did the one for the Wayans Brothers. The only one we didn't do was Unhappily Ever After, because that wasn't a Halloween episode that night. But this is going to complete that whole night of TV programming.
Oh, that's amazing!
It's so weird that we did them all, because you remember the Parenthood was the Taxi Man episode.
Is that the one with the brothers, the Joey and the Lawrence brothers? Is that the show?
No, it wasn't that one. That one was was on the WB, but that one is from '96. So it was a year later.
Oh, I'm
But
trying to remember that show now because it's just I'm blanking.
yeah, it was the Taxi Man, and then we did the Wayans Brothers one where the newsstand was like haunted.
I love the Wayans brothers.
So do I. But yeah, this is going to complete it, April. This is the last episode in that lineup of Halloween shows from the year 1995.
That's exciting.
Yes. So let's go right into it. So this episode was on the WB. Of course, we already went over that, and it was nicknamed the Frog Network. Do you know why it was nicknamed the Frog
Oh
Network?
yeah, because they have the I don't know his name. Does he have a name? The little dancing frog dude?
He did, and it is Michigan J Frog.
Aw.
He was the mascot that helped launch the network, and the network began on January 11th, 1995. So this is in its first year. They were doing so many good shows.
Oh my gosh, so many good shows.
They did so many good sitcoms that it's amazing, and they also are still kind of doing them today because now the WB is no longer around. It's the CW now is what it's kind of called, and
Yeah.
they did a lot of show like Supernatural was on there, and that show
Love
went on.
Supernatural.
Yeah, that show
That
went
was like
on for who knows how
15
long.
seasons. 15 seasons, I think.
Was it 15? I could have sworn it was more than that.
At least 15 then, I'll say that, because I don't remember for sure now either. Oh, Alexa, how many seasons was Supernatural?
There were 15 seasons.
I was right, it was
Yep.
15. I win. I love it. I was
15
right.
seasons. They also did Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
I love that show.
Seventh Heaven. I don't know if you ever saw that one or not.
No.
Charmed, to Dawson's Creek, Angel,
Charmed. Angel. I love those shows.
Gilmore Girls, all of
Gilmore
those.
Girls.
All of those things. They also did a lot of good sitcoms like Sister Sister, of course, the Wayans Brothers, Unhappily Ever After, Nick Farina, Licensed Teacher, Life with Roger, Brotherly Love, which we covered, the Jamie Foxx Show, the Steve Harvey Show. They did so many good sitcoms in the 90s.
Was
that-
Life with Roger the Roger from Sister Sister, or was that just they like the name?
No, that was Mike O'Malley was in that episode, and he was the Roger character.
Okay.
I don't remember that episode. Or I don't remember that show too much.
I don't either.
I don't think I watched it. I should definitely visit it because I love watching sitcoms from the 90s, and that would definitely be right up my alley to go and see. I don't know if that one had a Halloween episode, though. I doubt it.
Oh, I hope so.
Because looking at it, it looks like it only ran one season and it was canceled. But what
Sad.
this is how much of a nerd I am. I go to a lot of conventions. I like going to conventions, and
That's awesome.
one thing that I really love to get signed is I love to buy like promotional headshots of different shows. I have shows from I have some from Life with Roger. I have some of those like promotional stuff. I have some for Brotherly Love. I have a really cool one that I'm gonna get Jason Marsden to sign when I go see him at West Tennessee Comic Con in a couple weeks. I'm gonna have him
Who?
sign a nice Halloween one. Jason Marsden, you don't know who that is? He
No.
was you'll probably know him most from Hocus Pocus. He was the voice of Binks.
Oh, how exciting. Hello, Kitty. I
Yeah.
know. You want my attention. I understand. I am sorry that I'm doing something. I am sorry.
Oh boy, that's
what
your
I
kitty.
was thinking. Oh, my cat. She's wearing a Deadpool shirt.
Is she?
Yep, she's a cutie patootie.
Oh yeah, but don't kiss her because then she'll bite you.
Yeah, she bit my face. She's a jerk, but she's cute.
Right.
Okay, now you've got attention and you got hair everywhere. You can go now. Yes, it's okay.
All
Sorry,
right.
everybody. Oh no, she's
She's coming back over.
go that way. I'm gonna throw a cat treat to the other side of the room, and that'll work. Haha! You noticed. Go. Okay.
There she
One
is.
went under the door. She's gonna be busy for a while.
All right. So where were we? I guess the WB network had all of those cool shows, and yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yes, they did a lot of good shows. The network aired. It programmed or it targeted a lot of like teenage stuff, of course, with all of those shows that they did, like a lot of teen dramas and stuff they did, and they really tried to target the demographic of 13 to 35-year-olds, which I am now 38, so I would have not been in their well, actually,
Yeah, but they hooked you when you were in the target demographic, so it doesn't count. It all adds up, math.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
math adds up. Don't worry, it's okay.
Yes, and the cool thing about it is that they also did a kids programming called the Kids WB that targeted kids from 4 to 12. So they tried to get everybody up in there. They definitely.
What are the shows on that channel? That sounds familiar, but fuzzy at the same time.
The Kids WB that did it did like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs.
Oh, I love Tiny Toons.
It did Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
Freakazoid. I don't know if you remember that one.
I'm assuming they did Animaniacs. I have a signed Animaniacs poster that my stepbrother got me.
Nice. Yep, they did Animaniacs. They did a lot of shows like that. A lot of kid-related stuff.
I was not the target demographic, but I was still watching it.
Oh, yeah. So was I. I mean, I was watching Pinky and the Brain. I think I was probably like 12, 13 when I was watching it. But I still watch it now. Their Christmas episode is still one of my favorite Christmas episodes of all time.
Pinky and the Brain's Christmas episode?
Yes. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. I've seen Yakko's Christmas or whatever. I think I have it. Like, I own it on iTunes, so I can watch it whenever I want.
Yeah. You definitely have to watch it.
My favorite Christmas of anything to watch, though, is always going to be Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because I love Donald Duck.
Yeah, that one and the Muppets Christmas Carol. Those are my favorites.
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen that. I should. I'll watch it this year for Christmas.
Yes, watch it. It's got what's his name? Michael Caine, I think that's his name. He plays Scrooge. It's a great one. I love that one.
Okay. We should do a Christmas podcast.
I actually do. I do a Christmas podcast. Well, I used to with my friend Lassa. We would do the 90s Christmas podcast.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Bring it back.
April, I am so busy. I barely have enough time to do the Halloween podcast.
Everybody, Lyle is so amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. I try.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. So, back to this episode. Let's try to get back on.
Good idea.
Yes.
Sister. Two-way twister.
This episode was directed by Howard Storm. It was his one and only directorial one for the Sister. And he directed other shows like Kenan and Kel, which we love.
He did. Oh, I love Kenan and Kel. Yes. Oh, man. Do they have a Halloween episode?
I don't know. We should look and see if they do.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
We'll
I love Kenan and Kel. Who loves orange soda?
I do.
I do. I love orange soda too.
Howard Storm also directed episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. Do you love that one?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Everybody Loves? I used to love that show. I loved it a lot. And then as I got older, I started hating that show more and more, only because I really hate how Raymond treats Deborah. And I never noticed it as I was young, when I was younger, before I was married. And then I watched it again, probably, I think it's been like 5 years ago since we rewatched the entire thing. And I really hated how much how badly he treated his wife. And they do it like in comedic ways, but when you boil down to it, like he's a terrible husband. And that just really irritated me that I can't watch that show anymore.
I understand.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's how I feel. And he also, Howard Storm also did some episodes of the ABC network hit Head of the Class. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh, it sounds so familiar.
This one was from like the 80s, I think. It was a fun show. I remember watching a couple of episodes. They did have a Halloween episode, Head of the Class did, so maybe we can do that one at some point.
Was that in the same world as Boy Meets World, or am I thinking of something else?
No, I don't think it was in the same world, because none of those... yeah, Boy Meets World, I think, started in like 93, and Head of the Class finished in like 91, something like that.
Okay, yeah, then I don't remember.
Yeah, Head of the Class reminded me more of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, that sort of stuff. It's like one of those teen coming of life tales. But yeah, it was a fun show that they really should bring back. Well, I don't know if they'll bring it back because shows like that don't exist anymore. Shows like Sister don't really exist anymore either. I don't remember the last time I saw a sitcom that I actually enjoyed. Have you? Because I honestly don't think I can name any sitcoms now. What are you looking at?
No, I'm without. I have no suggestions.
You have nothing to say? Wow. That's the first
I can't think of any. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I can't think of any either. I really can't. I guess the only one that would have come close was what's that Roseanne spinoff one? The Connors. Yeah, but
I watched that, but then I got like behind. But it's recorded, and I'll get to it someday.
Yeah, but it's just not the same. Like it's not the same magic that it once had. I also watched the revival of Will and Grace, and that one also didn't have the same magic as the one from the 90s did. The only one that I really like that I just thought of is the Frasier reboot is really good. I thought it was really, really good. Of course, most of the characters are missing from the new show, but it's such a great show.
Okay, I googled it, and apparently there's always something in Pennsylvania is a sitcom, but I don't think that's current. Google, you're drunk. I used the word current. You're useful when you want to be, but not right now. Would Kim's Convenience Store, I think it's on Netflix, would that count? It's not on TV, but...
I don't know. I've never seen that one.
I watch it. I love it. I don't know what it is. It's kind of does, make me think of like the 90s shows now that I think about it, even though it's got current situations in it and they have cell phones and whatnot. But like, nothing's taken too terribly seriously, but you still learn things and everyone is nice unless they're not. And then they learn a lesson about it.
Yeah.
And there's a convenience store with orange soda probably. But the only thing that's weird is they're in Canada.
Oh. Yeah. I guess that's about it. I can't really think of anything that's on now that would be even close.
It would be stuff that would be streaming, I guess.
Yeah, TV has definitely changed since then.
Since the internet went all streaming services.
Yeah, because I remember having to record these shows on my VHS tape, the Halloween is Cool one that I talk about on the Halloween podcast all the time, which I found. I still have that cassette tape that says Halloween is Cool on it. I found it in my basement.
I have this mental image of you hovering over the TV and waiting for the episode to record and hovering your finger over the record button and like diligently like thinking of nothing else but making sure you get it in time. Did you do that thing where you tried to cut out the commercials too?
I 100% did.
I knew it. Sorry, I'm not laughing. That's just awesome.
But now that I'm older, I really wish I would have recorded the commercials.
Isn't that funny how old commercials are fun?
Yes. That's
why whenever I see them on the internet, I actually link you to them on Facebook.
Yes, thank you for those.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah, every now.
I also, for funsies, like really old ones, like the ones that my mom or my grandparents would have listened to. Oh, yeah. I have a fondness for old-time radio shows, and I like the commercials when they include them in the show, and I think my favorite one's the Autolite, and I don't even know what an Autolite is.
Yes, I like the spark
and the
plug.
Jello commercials, like when they're explaining to you how magical it is to make Jello.
The JELLO?
Yes.
I love, of course, everybody knows on the Halloween podcast that I love old-time radio shows too. I played them a lot. And yeah, those commercials are definitely something to keep close to our hearts.
there's this thing. There's a concert hall here where I live in Eugene, Oregon, and it's called the Holt Center. And my mom was in high school with this guy named Fred Kraft. He's really cool. He's done a lot of things in the world. And one of the things that he did is he brought back old-time radio dramas to current times by having a full cast.
Nice.
A music group, like an old-timey music group, a band, sound effects, everything. Like, they had little props and everything, but it's mostly supposed to be visual. And they would do, what was it? One of them was that one with the alien, They did War of the Worlds, but they also did, I can't think of the aliens one. It's not Aliens. Last Man on Earth? No,
that wasn't aliens. That was like zombie vampires.
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, the only one I could think of is War of the Worlds.
Yeah, no, it was an alien that shows up. It lands at spacecraft.
The day the Earth stood still.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. My brain was dumb.
The second you said alien that landed, I was like, oh yeah, that's the.
And the alien wound up being like really nice, but people were mean to him, and it was sad, and it made us sad.
Yeah, and then it killed everybody. We tried to.
Well,
it was about to kill everybody.
Me long enough, I kill you too. Wait a minute! Don't admit that on online.
Yes, sorry. Especially on the Halloween podcast. But all right, let's get back to topic here.
We got off topic. Whoops. Lyle and I have not chatted in a while, and this kind of happens.
Yes. The episode was written by Kim Bass.
Thank you, Kim Bass.
Gary Gilbert and Fred Schafferman. They wrote this episode. And so a little bit about Sister. If you have not heard, if you have not seen this sitcom, you should. Where is it streaming? I know for sure it's on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Disney Plus. It was goofing up for me on Disney Plus, and I don't have Hulu to confirm it, but I know Lyle knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, and for the longest time, Sister was nowhere to be found. I remember when I think it was the last time you and I recorded an episode. Sister was nowhere to be found.
Really? Is that why we didn't cover it until now?
Probably. I know we were able to get it on like Daily Motion, but
so did Disney buy the WBCW LMNOP? I don't remember what the letters are.
I don't know. I've never looked into it.
On Disney Plus, then you'd think they must own it now.
Yeah, but I mean, for a while, none of these shows were anywhere.
Now, I'm not sure.
I don't know, because I know Hulu had a lot of the TGIF shows a while back, probably like in 2018. It was like a big deal that all of the
when
TGI
you say
shows.
TGIF, I'm just like, gosh dang it, I want to go watch Home Improvement again.
It was never on TGIF, Home Improvement.
Then what was I thinking? I don't know.
It was on.
Oh, I know.
On ABC.
Family Matters. Oh my gosh, I love Family Matters.
Family Matters was on TGIF, and Sister actually aired on TGIF. That's where it started, and then it moved to the CW. I think this year. Yeah, it had to, because the CW just started, so it was one of their launch shows that they kind of stole from ABC. But
weird.
This Sister is an American sitcom that featured Tia and Tamera Mowry as identical twins who were separated at birth and united as teenagers. The show premiered
Well, they met in a mall. It was so sweet.
That girl has my face.
I was going to say that. You beat me to it.
Well, that's the opening line.
I know, but it's still, I was going to say.
Yeah. The show premiered on April 1st, 1994. So 1 year before this episode is when it started. So
10 days before my birthday. Now everyone knows my birthday.
Oh, boy. All right. So April 1st, 1994. Remember that? Because later we kind of had a conversation of when about a certain Halloween thing that they did. So April 1st, 1994 is the year or the day that we're supposed to know that this is that they met on this day.
Okay.
So April 1st,
It's like
1994.
an anniversary with a sister.
Yes.
Sisterversary.
And it started on ABC's TGIF comedy lineup and concluded on the WB on May 23rd, 1999. So it went on for, 5 years? 5 years, and it totaled 119 episodes over 6 seasons. So 6 seasons, 119 episodes. The series was created by Kim Bass, Gary Gilbert, and Fred Schafferman. They're the ones that wrote the episode we're going to talk about. And it was produced by Depressy Entertainment and Paramount Network
That's not
Television.
very cheerful.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but close enough. After its initial run on ABC, Sister Sister was picked up by the WB, where it concluded it completed 4 more episodes or 4 more seasons. In 2018, there was talks about a potential revival of the show. Did you know that?
Oh my god, that'd be so great. I would totally watch it.
Yes, but it is not going to happen because it was due to lack of interest and copyright issues that they were not able to bring
Lack of interest, my elbow.
Yeah, who did they ask if they wanted one or not?
Yeah, they didn't ask me.
Yeah, no,
I know they didn't ask Lyle.
Yeah, well, I could understand that because there are a lot of people out there that say, yeah, don't touch the original. We don't need reboots. Like, forget that. Give me the reboots. I want all of the reboots you can get. I want every single show that I used to watch as a kid. I want to know where what all those characters are doing now is what I want to know.
Exactly.
Yes.
I want to see how they grew up.
Yeah.
I want to know what job they got. I want to know what their family looks like. I want to know if they got a dog.
Yeah, I want to know all of those things. I want to know where they are, who's no longer with us, all of those things. They did bring back a lot of shows, like Boy Meets World did come back. It's been 10 years now, or like 11 years since Girl Meets World came out. Can you believe it? It's been that long.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No, it's been that long.
So my mom likes to watch a soap opera. What's its name? It's not on TV anymore. It's only on the internet. So she quit watching it, but she was watching it since like the 60s. It's Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
And when it was on, Lisa Kudrow, right? The mom?
I don't know. No. Whose
the
mom?
Actress? The mom on Sister Sister. Isn't that her name, Lisa Kudrow?
No. That Lisa Kudrow is from Friends. Phoebe.
Oops.
Lisa
something?
Her character name is Lisa Landry.
Oh, what's her real name?
Jackie Harry.
That's right. I knew that. Okay, I'm not good at names. Sorry, everyone.
No.
Either way, she's on that show, and my mom was like, "Isn't she fat?" And I'm like, "You shut your mouth." That's someone's mommy. And
oh my gosh. Something you shouldn't laugh about, but
I didn't even think what I was saying. I just said it. I was just like, "You shut your mouth." Well, also, it's just not nice to make fun of someone's weight.
No, but your mom's a crack up. She's a crack up.
She has her moments. That is for sure.
All right. So 2018, they were going to bring it back, but no. I guess the 2 people that they asked said no. And
and those 2 people weren't me and Lyle.
Yeah, I would have said, of course. I want to definitely see where those characters are because I like Tim Reed as an actor.
Aren't they on their own show? Like not both of them, but one of the sisters has a reoccurring role on a TV show. Sorry, that's me making fun of my non-ability to speak.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I followed them on the internet and I watched them talk about things as you do.
Right.
And
yeah, they've done a lot of stuff together. The sisters.
Yeah. Well, that's a law if you're a twin, though.
Yeah. I mean, I would have definitely have done the research to figure out what they've been in, but I know they've been in that witch movie, that twin witch
Twitches.
movie. Yes.
Twitches.
They
Didn't
did
that
that
have
one.
a sequel too?
I don't know, because I never saw it. Maybe we should watch it and do an episode.
Oh my gosh, I want to watch that with Lyle.
Yeah. All right. We can definitely watch it, and we'll do an episode for it, because we also have to do. I did a poll on Facebook asking what Halloween movie we should do, and I think the movie that won was Ernest Scared Stupid. So so I got to do that one, and I also somebody reminded me about the movie Under Wraps that I need to revisit, because I haven't seen that one since I was a kid.
All I can think of with Under Wraps is that show with the game show guy, and he talks about what's under the food wrappers, like the candy making thing.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's not the same thing.
No, not the same thing. But
Okay.
let's go back to Sister. So let's go over some of these characters.
Sorry, everybody.
Let's go over these characters real quick. So we have Tia and Tamera Mori, who played Tia Landry and Tamera Campbell. We have Jackie Harry, who is Tia's mom, Lisa Landry. Tim Reed as Tamera's father, Ray Campbell. And Tim Reed, I really like Tim Reed. He's a very underrated actor, I feel.
I agree.
But he was a good dad. Like, every time I see like those, best 90s dad's polls, I never really see him on them. And he was a good dad, very caring, very successful, loved his kids. He was so nice that he actually said, yeah, your sister and this woman that I don't know who she is can definitely come and live with me, because you guys are sisters and you guys need to be together. Like, who would say that?
Wild. That's wild. Someone rich.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. Okay, look at that house. That house is humongous.
Mm-hmm.
But Ray Campbell.
So limo business is good business, I guess.
Oh yeah, I would think so if he's got a fleet of them. But that's what he does. Lisa Landry has I guess she has like a clothing boutique type deal. She makes clothes.
She's a fashion designer for her own business that sells them, and I think it's great because she's very clever at making outfits.
Yes, I agree with that. And Tia and Tamera, of course, are high school students. I'm not sure what grade they're in, but they're probably sophomores or something like that.
Yeah, they seem pretty young still.
Yeah. Well, probably freshmen, but who knows? Somewhere around
say freshmen.
Yeah, we'll say freshmen. So, and of course, what 90s sitcom wouldn't be complete without a wacky neighbor, and that is...
Go home, Roger!
Yes,
Sorry,
Roger Evans, who is played by Marquise Hudson.
Go home, Roger.
Go home, exactly. So, just to give you a quick synopsis of the pilot episode, which you kind of talked about already. In Sister twins Tia Landry and Tamera Campbell are separated at birth and are unexpectedly reunited while shopping at the mall. Tia was raised in inner city Detroit by her adoptive mother, Lisa, and Tamera was raised in the suburbs by her adoptive father, Ray, and they decide to live together after the reunion. Their annoying neighbor, Roger, has a crush on both the twins. In the final season, Tia and Tamera start college, and Roger's appearances are pretty much no longer there because he's no longer really needed in the show. And by the fifth season, Tia is dating one guy and Tamera is dating another guy, and I stopped watching it probably after this season.
I actually didn't realize they made it to college. Somehow I missed that.
They did.
I figured their characters would make it to college. They were smart girls. I just meant I didn't realize the show continued on that far. Is that all on Disney Plus?
Yeah, it should all be on there. That the show continued.
What I'm doing later.
It reminds me a lot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sabrina,
love that show too.
It was a good show at the beginning, and then when she started going to college, I kind of just stopped losing interest, and off it goes. So another show that I think we've done.
So now we know the sitcom killer is college.
College, yes.
Yeah, Buffy got weird when she went to college and then stopped because it didn't work out for her. Sorry, spoiler alert to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love that show.
I think I honestly stopped watching it after the Master died. I think that's when I stopped.
Really?
Yeah, I think that
I
was
was
what, first season,
obsessed.
season 1.
Yeah, dude, you definitely didn't stick out for any period of time on that show.
No, but I would watch it occasionally here and there. I think we actually did a Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode for the Halloween podcast. I think we
I don't
did.
think I was in that. I think I would
Oh,
remember that, since that
ye-
was my favorite. They would have had their graduation ceremony the same weekend as mine, except for there was there was a school shooting that made them have to postpone it, so it wouldn't be so fresh in people's minds when something like that happened.
yeah.
So the graduation and our graduation didn't line up anymore, but it was kind of cool thinking that, because the colors were the same for my school and her school. I wanted to go as someone who didn't make it through the graduation ceremony for Halloween, and then I just didn't do it. I don't know where my cap and gown are anymore, so I couldn't do it now if I wanted, but that would have been funny.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually looking through the Halloween podcast catalog because I'm going to see who was on that episode. I'm almost positive it was you, April.
I might have some kind of memory disorder.
Because I think if memory serves me correctly, and you guys got to remember, I started the Halloween podcast like 8 years ago. So this is a while ago when we did this episode.
I have a memory problem, I guess. Maybe it was me.
We did it with Heather. Remember Heather?
Okay, it was... No, wait, Heather...
Heather, formerly Fable?
Yes, of course I know Heather.
Yes.
Hi, Heather.
Yeah, if she's listening.
She also loves Buffy, so that was smart. Hi,
yes,
Mama Doodle, I'm recording a show. My mom has come in to steal my cat's poop.
Oh, nice. That's always fun.
Yes. She knows what you're doing and knows that you're stealing it. That's why we say they're stealing the poop. She knows. And I think that's why she hates the people that help us clean the house, because they come in and steal her poop.
Wasn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, she's a cat. She's not very smart.
Yes. I can't find that episode. I don't know where it's at. I don't know how long ago we did it. I think we did it during the 90s countdown that I was doing. But I honestly don't remember. It's been so long. I'm in the 90s
whenever
catalog.
You did it, it was really cool.
Yeah, I don't remember. But we definitely did it, and we did it with Heather.
Yay!
Yeah. But anyways,
awesome.
let's get back to Sister.
Back. Yes, sorry everybody. Again.
Yes.
Back
right.
to the show.
So, all right. So Sister is over.
Please don't eat my notes.
I think we're to the point where we're going to give you a recap on this episode, Halloween, which was season 3, episode 7.
My cat has a squeak toy on my desk.
Oh man!
And she just found it. Sorry, everybody.
Yes.
It's a little tiny laptop that squeaks.
Yes, that's so funny. Perfect timing.
Baby, may I love you?
All right, so I guess let's go ahead and recap this episode. Here we go.
Okay. So we start off in the kitchen where the girls are carving pumpkins, and Roger comes in so they can explain what they're doing.
Yeah. And
what were they doing? That makes no sense.
They said that every Halloween they have this pumpkin carving contest to see who can carve the scariest jack-o'-lantern. And I'm sitting there going, all right, we are in October of 1995. They first met on April 1st, 1994. So that means this is year 2 of them always carving a pumpkin for Halloween.
They're making up for lost time.
Yes, but why would you say every year? Makes it seem like they've been doing it for many years. When
No, I know why they said it.
Why?
It's in the script.
Yes.
I'm funny.
Yes, apparently
someone paid them a lot of money to say it.
Yes, and on the side note, it just says tell Lyle to shut up and then move on. So
what? No, we don't tell Lyle to shut up.
Yes, because I nitpick everything. I just foresee things.
I honestly thought the same thing. I'm like, how long have you guys known each other?
Yeah, apparently it's only been 2 years or 1 year. this is their second. This would be their second Halloween that they're doing it. So it would have made more sense of
If
them
they
to
said
say,
this is our new tradition.
yeah, this is something we're doing every year now, and yada
Who was
yada.
the writer on this episode? Did they see the show before writing it?
The writers were the creators. Remember?
Oh boy, they didn't take any notes, did they?
Probably not, but that's what a lot of sitcoms do. They just throw whatever and see what sticks.
They just throw a joke in where they can throw a joke in, whether it makes a continuity mistake or not.
Yeah.
Hey, please don't chew on that.
So they're in the kitchen and they're carving up the pumpkins. Roger's like, "What are you guys doing?" They go over their pumpkin thing that makes me go crazy, and then Tamera shows her pumpkin, and Roger's like, "Oh yeah, that looks good. It's got some."
Wait, you can tell them apart?
Yeah, I can tell them apart. Tamera has a more round head, and Tia has more of a like if you put your hands up against her face and kind of squeeze them together. that's what she looks like. So one's round,
So
the other
that was
one's
an
long.
in-depth interest into how his brain works. Anyone else a little concerned?
Whatever.
I
can tell them
kid.
apart.
I kid.
I can tell them apart.
I think it's incredible that you can tell them apart because I cannot. Oh,
Yes.
one of them has a mole, right?
Yes, one also has a mole. I think actually I think they both have moles.
Oh.
I think so. I don't know. Come on, guys. This show came out.
Back to
30
the show.
years
Back
ago.
to the show. Back to the show. Back to the show.
So,
Sorry.
so they're carving pumpkins. Tamera shows the pumpkin. He's like, "Oh, that looks cool. It's got some stuff hanging out of that nose. It looks terrible."
Oh yeah, I thought that was, by the way, not scary but funny.
Yeah, that's really scary at all. And then Tia
Well,
goes,
a pumpkin is never gonna scare anyone.
and then Tia goes, "Well, let me show you my pumpkin." And then she puts like a little wig on or something, and then she turns it around, and it looks exactly like Roger. And Tamera says, "What kind of a sick, twisted mind would come up with that?" And then Roger goes, "I don't know. I kind of like it." And then we're into the theme song, which April's going to sing for us right now.
No, I don't remember all the words. That's the problem with me doing a show theme song like Thursday theme song, because I apparently don't hear the words correctly and I make them up in my head.
That was the whole point of the show, is for us to do that.
And apparently that's also what I do when I listen to Rob Zombie.
Nice. Well, Thursday.
I learned that the Thunder Kiss 19 something or another. I don't know the names of the songs. I'm bad at all of this.
Yeah.
Either way, I thought he was saying ba, 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 but he was saying numbers.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, for those that don't remember, or if you're new to the Halloween podcast, me and April used to do a podcast called Thursday Theme Song, where we talk about theme songs, and
then we'd sing them.
yeah, I don't know
And
what
then we'd see
happened
what
to that
mistakes
episode.
that I made.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to our old episodes. I think they're probably still online somewhere. Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It'd be cool if we have like a whole secret following that they're like, "Come on, guys, you got to bring them back." And there's like a petition somewhere to get us to come back.
Does the petition include cheese?
Yes.
I like cheese.
Cheese is good. You know who else likes cheese?
Roger.
Steve Urkel.
Oh.
Who is?
I was wrong. I was just trying to tie it back to the show,
Yes.
but here you are trying to.
Well,
go
Roger.
with actual truth.
Roger is basically the Steve Urkel of the show.
Yes.
He's the nerdy neighbor that the other ones don't like. So back to the show. We're back into
The show.
we're in their bedroom now, and Tamera is talking to the camera. This sitcom actually likes to break the fourth wall
I
quite
was
a
going
bit.
to ask about that. Is that a fourth wall break?
Yes, they do it all the time. They talk to the camera, and then
So
she's
they're Deadpool.
oh yeah, Deadpool.
Like my cat's shirt.
So Tamera is talking to the crowd, and she's wearing this fairy costume, and she's saying that if you're a twin, that everyone expects you to dress like each other, yada yada. And she says, well, she found like this one of a kind costume, and in walks Tia and says, "Tia, look at me." And then Tamera, look at me, and they're both wearing the same exact costume. And then Tia now looks
And
at the camera.
The funnier part is they don't like the costume too. They just picked it because they didn't want to dress alike.
Yes, they wanted
And
to
it
be
worked
unique.
so well.
Yes, because now Tia talks to the camera and is saying, "Yeah, when you're a twin," and then Tamera stops her and says, "Yeah, I already told him that." And in walks Mr. Ray Campbell and saying, "Hey, Tia, you have fun tonight." And Tamera kind of squeezes in and says, "Of course, Dad, we definitely will," because we're going to a rave, as we hear about the rave, which the rave ends up being nothing like what we imagined a rave to be.
Yeah, I was very concerned. I was like, don't go to a rave. I don't give you permission. That's not safe.
Yes.
And no, we should have known, like, a WB raid was just going to be silly string and noisemakers.
Yeah, nothing like a real rave. And then Ray says, "Well, you're not going to the rave." And he's like, "Yeah, remember a couple years ago when you went to like downtown Detroit and you were being crazy, or the crowd was crazy?" And then Tamera goes, "Yeah, but I didn't get hit by by a single egg." And Ray goes, "Of course not. You were the one throwing them." that line killed me.
I've never understood the fun of the idea of it being fun to throw an egg. They're gonna stink so bad later. And it hurts. They have a hard shell.
Yeah, I actually did a episode about egg throwing, which the murder of Carl Jackson, which I think happened probably like 3 weeks ago. So if you haven't listened to that episode, listen to that and you'll get to hear me talk about my egg throwing episodes.
You threw eggs.
I never threw eggs. I've had eggs thrown at me.
I will beat them up. Who did this to you?
Oh, it was a long time ago. Just listen to that episode. You'll hear me talk all about it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to listen. You guys listen. I'll listen. We'll all listen.
Yes.
No one throws any eggs. It'll be perfect.
Right. So the Tamera's grounded, and so Tamera now goes down to the kitchen where Tia's down there. She's like, Lisa's down there sewing stuff together, sewing, who knows, a costume or something. And we're led to believe that this is Halloween Day. We're actually on Halloween Day. And
which
Tia
seems really not well planned to be still making a costume.
Right, but I don't know what these.
Was it a client's costume though? That part I don't remember.
I don't know, but Tamera's down there now. She's talking to Lisa, and she's telling Lisa, "Hey, my dad just grounded me. Now Tia gets to go to this rave." And then Lisa basically just says, "Yeah, well, she's not going either," and she grounds Tia for not doing anything. So now they both.
I think there was like, if my sister can't go. Oh wait, I want to go because my sister's going. Well, we have a solution for you. Your sister's also not going.
Yes.
Something like that.
Something similar. And then Tamera leaves all mad.
Some sitcom-y.
Right.
Ooh, sitcom-y. I want that as a shirt.
Sitcom-y? I'm on it.
I want a shirt that says sitcom-y.
I am on it. So,
and then it needs to have like the TGIF logo.
Okay.
Did they have a logo? I'm sure they did.
Yes, they did. Yeah. So, anyways.
I'll tell that story later. I have a story.
Okay, tell your story. I want to hear it.
Oh, okay. When I was younger, because it was TGIF, I used to think that they had something in common with the ice cream place.
What ice cream place?
TGIF?
Never heard of it.
Frozen yogurt. Oh, maybe it was not a chain. It was a frozen yogurt place here.
I didn't know that.
The world's best yogurt. TCBY. The country's best yogurt? I don't remember. Either way, I thought they were related, and they weren't. So there's that.
Definitely them not related. But all right, so Ray's now in the kitchen talking to Lisa, and Ray is trying to get Lisa to let him borrow her car, because he's got invited to to board a yacht from one of his clients or something like that, and he wants to take Lisa's car because he's got the new Mercedes that he doesn't want to take out on Halloween. He doesn't want it to get egged or anything like that. So Lisa says, "Well, what makes you think that I'm not doing something tonight?" And then Ray's like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize." And then Lisa's like, "Yeah, you can take it. I'm not doing anything," which I thought was fun. So now they're talking about the party, and Lisa's telling him that it's a Halloween party. Of course, you have to come in a costume. And then Ray's like, "It doesn't say you have to." And then she says something about being a wet blanket or something like that if you don't show up if it's a party on Halloween and you don't show up in a costume. And he's like, well, I don't want Mr. Wellington to think that I'm a uptight wet blanket. And so he's like, Lisa, how can I thank you? And then Lisa's like, she starts reading the invitation, and it's very formal. And then she points to herself whenever it says guest. And that's how we end up with her and Ray going to this Halloween party on a yacht.
Yes. Which, I don't know anything about yachts, but that sounds really fancy to go to a party on one. But how does the food stay in place?
I don't know. I've never really been on a yacht. But I'm assuming it's more or less like being on a plane. Once you're on the plane, you don't really feel like you're moving at 600 miles per hour or however fast you go on a plane. So maybe a yacht's the same idea. I don't know.
Maybe. If anyone knows, they can tell us.
Oh, yeah.
How's that
Tell
sound?
us. The Halloween podcast at gmail.com. So, next scene, we are... next scene, we're at... Where are we at? We're still at the house.
Okay, so they... Lisa gets herself invited to the party.
Yes.
And it's on a yacht. And the girls have their friends come by, and they tell their friends that they can't go to the party, and they're like, oh, well, we were gonna go, but something went wrong with their ride, and they're like, well, we could take you. And then they have this whole joke about being responsible and all this jazz, and they're just gonna responsibly take their friends to a party in the most responsible ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
By responsibly driving, and the one who's more responsible is the one driving, so the sister that's responsible is driving.
Tia's the one driving.
Which doesn't sound terribly responsible anymore.
Right. But yeah, so that happens, and they're watching scary movies, and they invited Roger over. So they think
well, that's what they were gonna do, but they didn't start yet.
Right. They haven't done that yet. But yeah, then Steve and Denise walk in.
They left a note for their friend to go in and watch the movie without them, because they're going to drive their friends to the party.
Right. So off they go, and they convince Tia, because Tia first didn't want to go, and then they convinced her to go, because they said that she can stay home and watch scary movies with Roger by herself.
Alone, Roger. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
And then she took off. So now they have Ray's expensive car, and they're hitting the town. So we are...
Oh boy, are they hitting the town.
Yeah. We go...
Oh, that's foreshadowing.
We go to the boat, to the yacht, and Lisa comes down the stairs, and she's in an elegant dress. And Ray comes down, and he has a huge bunny suit on.
I love the bunny suit. It made my life so happy.
Yes, I would love to wear a suit like that.
It smells, and it gets really hot.
Oh,
I don't know from
sure.
experience, but my neighbor kid likes to collect those. He's got a bunny and a shark. I tell you, that was one of the funnest days of my whole life. I'm just looking out the window, and a giant bunny rabbit is walking down the street. I tell my mom, there's a giant bunny outside, and she's like, baby me's gonna want to get it. And I'm like, I think this one might scare her. And she looks out, and she can't stop laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing, and it was awesome.
Yes.
And then a shark came by, and then they were riding around on scooters. My neighborhood is much more fun than yours. I almost guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Because mine, I have an old lady that lives next to me. I have a doctor next to that, an old couple in front of that, and that's about it. That's my whole block.
Sound like an episode of Lassie or something.
Yes, that's my whole block right there. All right, so we're running out of time. Got to hurry it up. So
Sorry.
So we're now at the yacht, and they walk into the ballroom, and everyone stops on their tracks because Ray is dressed in like this huge bunny outfit.
And he's the only one. He's the only one wearing a costume, because Lisa, when no one's looking, takes off her
crown and stuff.
Her crown and her sash, and sticks it in her purse.
Yes. So
she was so sneaky about that.
Yes. So no one was dressed in a costume. No one, just Ray. And it's like this goofy one.
And he was mad.
Yeah. So now Ray has to deal with that. So we forward to the kids now, who are driving the car around, and Tia is very nervous about being out there. It's You know, she doesn't want to
Well,
hit
it's a fancy
downtown.
car.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hit downtown because if she hits downtown, you know, that's where all the crazy.
They're gonna get egged and
Yes.
have all these people probably jumping everywhere and
Yes.
things with stuff.
So they get to the party, and nobody's there. Like, the lights are off, and they're like, I don't think this is the party. And of course, Steve is like the goofy friend. He's like, all right, let's party.
You got mixed up. Wait, or maybe you're right. The other friend's name is Steve, and not thinking that you're thinking of Urkel.
No, that's Roger. Steve is the I guess the jock, because he's wearing a Leatherman's jacket. So
okay, sorry, I got mixed up.
So that's Steve, and then he's about to get out, and Tia's like, no, I don't think the party's here. That something must have happened. I wonder what scared everybody away. And then like perfect sitcom timing, here comes Roger walking up to the car, and he's like, hey, what's going on, guys? So obviously Roger's the one that scared everybody away.
There?
Who knows? He is
sitcom magic.
Yeah, he probably just walked there. So there's no party. He tells them that, hey, the party got moved. The kids' parents freaked out, so they moved it somewhere. And then he says some city or some town, and he's like, I don't know where that is, but all right. And he's like, okay, well, that blue car in front of you is heading to the rave, so just follow them. And they go, all right. So Roger gets in the car. They're going to follow that blue car to get to the rave. We have a quick scene change, and we are at where are we? We are back.
Oh, it's at the party. We're back on the yacht, and Ray is pissed off in his bunny suit. But then there's a really funny joke about him getting carrot juice.
Yes, he's kind of mad. He's trying to hide from everybody. He doesn't want to be seen. And then Lisa's over there just smoozing up Mr. Wellington or Warrington, whatever his name is. And
I like Wellington. It sounds like a fancy dinner.
That sounds good to me too. So we'll just call him that. And she's smoozing him, and he's starting to like her. She's very nice. And so he starts talking.
Stop it.
He starts.
She's using it in a bed. She's using it as a bed. I can't. She's using it as a bed right now. That's why she's. She can't get comfortable. That's why she keeps honking it. I'm sorry. I'm not making her do that.
All right. So Lisa's like talking up Ray, and then she's like, "Here's my friend right here." And then Ray says that his name's
Hopper T Bunny. I'm making up the T. I just really like adding the initial. I think it sounds funnier.
Yes, he says his name is Fred Hopper, and they
Fred
go, okay.
Hopper.
And slowly but surely, Ray starts, to coming to terms with he's in a bunny suit. He's going to make the most of it, and he becomes
and he's not
the life of the party.
His own name, so I think he's like, because he's not getting anyone. Getting his name associated with what he's doing, I think that's really what loosens him up, and then he can finally have a good time, and then everybody loves him.
Yes, everyone loves him. He's the life of the party, and he makes that comment to the waitress, who's like, "Yeah, give me one of them carrot juices," and then everyone fake laughs, which is so over the top.
Because in real life, I laughed.
All right. Flash forward.
Because carrot juice, the only way that can be used is as a joke, because it's gross.
I love carrot juice. Just FYI.
I still like you. I still like you.
I like it. Anyways, so we're back at the kids, and then they're like, Tia's like, I don't know where I am. I've never been here before. It's dark. I'm driving.
And I'm nervous because I'm lost.
Yes. And then Roger says, don't worry, just follow that blue car. They're going to the party. So they get up to it.
Roger can never go wrong.
Yes, they get to a turn. All of a sudden, they're at the Canadian border.
Oh, Canada.
Yes. So they're there, and they're talking to the Mountie, who's like, they're trying to ask him where Farmington is or wherever they're trying to go. And he's like, yeah, I think it's over there. It's over there somewhere. And then the Mountie goes to talk to the people behind them. And then out from the bushes comes like this weird,
really sketchy dude.
Yes. He's like, hey, are you guys going to Farmington? Oh, all right, cool. And he just gets into the car. He doesn't even say, oh, cool.
He knows how to get there.
Yeah, he says he knows how to get there. And he just gets in.
He's going to help him out. And I'm like, okay, I'd like to just take a moment to be serious. Never let a stranger man, strange woman, never let a stranger, it's called stranger danger, never let a stranger in your car.
Yes, never. So this guy just gets in, and he's like, all right, flip a Yui. And so Tia says, like,
You do the Yui.
what Tia says something like, isn't that illegal? And the guy's like, oh, I hope not, because I think he says like 500 Cuban cigars stuffed down my pants. So that's how they know that he's a smuggler.
Cuban cigars in Canada, are they knockoffs?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't know. However he got them, he has them in his pants. So he gets in.
Yeah.
They take off, and we're still with them, and they kind of do like a cutscene, and they're driving, and the guy's like, all right, now I need you to look for the really nervous looking guy. And then they're like, yeah, is that him? And he's like, oh, yep, that's my man. So he gets out, and as a partying gift, he gives some cigars to the boys in the back. And then they ask him, well, where are we? Because you told us we were going to get to Farmington. And he's like, yeah,
I don't know.
Farmington is that way.
Somewhere.
Just go that way. It's over there. And then they go, well, where are we? And he said, downtown. And then they go, downtown? Where they don't want to be.
We didn't do it in unison.
Oh, okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Downtown!
No, we're not twins.
The delay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not twins. All right. So.
No, sorry.
All right. So off they go. They speed away because now they really got to get out of town. Now we're back to the party again.
Is a Mercedes a fast car?
Maybe. I think so. Maybe. I don't know cars. Okay. I'm not a car person.
Neither do I.
So
I know they need tires.
Yeah. So Ray and Lisa are back at the party. Ray is having the time of his life. He's doing
the bunny hop as a conga line. That was
line.
I loved it. I loved every part of the bunny part of this episode.
Yes. And Mr. Wellington's like, hey, I like you, Fred Hopper. I hear you have this limousine business, and I want
about to go with this wet blanket Ray,
yes.
but you're a bunny.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, and he's like, well, Ray's like, well, I got to tell you, I am Ray Campbell. And then he starts laughing, thinking it's a joke. And he goes up to Lisa saying, hey, Lisa, tell him where I am. And she goes, you're Fred Hopper.
Hopper T-Bunny. Sorry.
Walks away.
Like Fred Hopper.
So,
I love that name.
So now we're back with the kids, and I guess Steve decided to light up that cigar because the whole car is like engulfed in smoke, which is definitely going to ruin the inside. There's no way you're going to be able to get that smell out.
Smoking is bad for you. Don't do it.
Yes, he also does a little thing of where he goes, "Hey, don't you know secondhand smokes and secondhand smoke kills?" And he goes, "No, it's firsthand smoke because I'm not inhaling." I was like, that's such a stupid joke.
That isn't even what?
Because he's saying it's firsthand smoke because he's not inhaling; he's just puffing it out.
Boy.
So he ends up getting sick, and as he's getting sick,
yes.
They get into the street that they don't want to be on. There's a bunch of mayhem, Halloween mischief stuff going on. There's being eggs thrown,
all kinds of nonsense.
Yes, there's dancing, there's partying. That's basically what the rave should have been.
And even more silly string.
Yeah, tons of silly string everywhere. It was lots of silly string back in the 90s, apparently.
I don't recall ever getting to even play with silly string. So was silly string that big, or was it just for TV?
Oh, I remember it. It smelled terrible. I remember that. It smelled like vinegar almost. It was disgusting. We know how much I hate vinegar. Ugh.
Not as much as you hate pickles.
That's probably why I hate pickles, because of the vinegar. All right, so the car's getting all banged up, smashed up. Steve starts
People are having a riot.
Yeah, Steve starts to puke in the back. Everyone takes off. Yada yada. So we do a flash scene, and now we're back in front of their house, and they're like really tired, saying, "Yeah, we cleaned up the car." Yada yada. We did everything we could. Got rid of all the silly string.
I made a note about that. I was like, you clean up the car. I don't care how much you cleaned up that car. That car is gonna stink.
Oh yeah.
For the rest of its existence.
Yes, with all that smoke in there, there's no way they're getting that out.
And the barfing.
Yeah. Never.
Goodbye to that and that Mercedes. Just get a different one because it's gonna stink forever.
Yeah. So the friends leave. The Steve and Denise, they take off, and Roger's by himself and with the twins. He's like, "All right, you guys want to watch some movies now?" And they're like, "Yeah, go home, Roger." So Roger.
Go home, Roger.
Then Roger goes, "Yeah, thanks for inviting me." I was like,
Well,
"You
they
weren't even gonna
technically-
come."
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
I guess they did. They did invite him.
but he didn't even want to come. He was at the rave. So,
Which was at their house.
which we find out when the door opens, their friend Ernie is asleep on the couch, just passed out with a bunch of silly string and toilet paper all over him. And we find out that they moved the party there. And I was like, who would move the party there?
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, it makes you go, how? But then you're like sitcom magic.
Yes, more sitcom magic. So Ernie says that they moved it there. And so Tia and Tamera look at each other going, oh man, if you don't want to be grounded for the rest of your life, you better start cleaning. And so they both get to cleaning. I don't know.
Now I bet you they're wishing they hadn't had Roger leave because he could have helped.
He could have
them
definitely
clean.
helped. Yes.
He could have put in some elbow grease.
Yes, definitely.
He would have done it because they're pretty.
Right. But who knows how much time goes by. And now Lisa and Ray are in the front of the house. They're talking for a little bit. And Lisa's basically scolding Ray, telling him you shouldn't try to be somebody you're not. Because see what happened. Now he lost out on that huge business deal that he could have done with Mr. Warrington, whatever his name is.
I like Wellington again. It still sounds like a fancy dinner.
Perfect. So they go inside the
Gosh,
house.
I want a Wellington.
And the twins are there. The house is picked up, cleaned. And
and everyone thinks they got away with it.
yes, Ray sits down to watch the news. Yep. The news, of course, starts telling everybody about the
how
mischief.
wild it got in town.
Yes, and they had there was a scene where they show a license plate, and what does that license plate say?
Ray's Benz.
Ray's Benz, and that's how Ray knows that they took the car out. It was damaged, yada yada.
And it went downtown.
Went downtown, and
He probably later off camera goes and sniffs it and then barfs himself.
oh yeah, probably. And then and there was also a scene where Tamera shows up and she's like, give this back to me. If my dad finds out, he's gonna kill me. On the news.
Yes. Because she knew she was on camera.
Yes. And then she waves to the camera when she gets her license plate back.
Now, the funny part is if that had happened, any other time, that would have been a meme on the internet, and she never would have gotten away with it, even if her dad had never watched the news that night.
Right.
Because it would have been all over. There probably would have been like one of those weird songs
Yeah.
where they like do the microphone weird and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I hear that. So last scene, end credits. T and Tamera are grounded, of course. Who knows for how long? Ray comes into their room and says, all right, girls, I'm going to let you go to a birthday party. And they're like, oh, cool, we're finally going to get out of here. And in walks Roger and says, hey, thanks for letting them come to my party, or whatever he says. And then the girls go, yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. Never mind.
And they're like, ew.
Yeah. And Ray looks at Roger and says, well, I tried. End of the episode.
Aw. Did they have an outro song?
No, I don't think they did.
Okay. I like the intro.
Yes, the intro song was pretty good. So, April, that is the episode. What did you think of this Halloween episode? Was it not Halloweeny enough for you? Was it too Halloweeny?
I wish there was more costumes, honestly. Like, one of my favorites is to see what, like, the characters are going to dress up as, and they didn't even go in the costumes they picked, even, I guess they weren't planning on going anywhere, but, like, I would have worn it to answer the door.
Yeah. No, I could see that. One of the things I like the most about Halloween
Funny
episodes,
costume.
not necessarily the costumes, I really enjoy seeing the decorations, how the house is decorated.
Okay, yeah, that too.
But I don't think this episode I don't think that house had any decorations.
No, I don't think it did either.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it had any Halloween decorations. Like when we did the Family Matters episode, their house was completely decked out in Halloween stuff, and I thought that was great. But this one just didn't really have it. This didn't really feel like a Halloween episode.
Well, they hadn't been on that long. Maybe they didn't have a nice budget for it.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know. They had a lot of extras. They had a lot
That was
of
expensive.
yeah. I mean, they didn't really have many
They had to
places.
pay for all the cheese they ate.
They only had, I think, 3 locations or 4 locations. They had the kitchen, the bedroom, the living room.
Well, those were all sets
the
that
yacht.
they already owned for the show.
Yeah.
So the yacht and downtown and the Canadian border were ones that they had to create. So the Canadian border blew the budget.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, there wasn't really nothing there. It was just a tree
Wasn't
and
there
a
guy
Mountie.
on a horse?
No, there was a Mountie who was talking to him.
I imagined the horse.
Yes, probably.
I wanted there to be a horse.
Yeah. But this episode didn't really feel much like a Halloween episode. Definitely not
No.
like the other ones that were on the same night, like
They
the
needed
Parenthood.
more costumes. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, because even Steve and Denise didn't even have a costume.
Yeah, and they were going to a party. And none of the people at the downtown party had on costumes. Did you notice that?
How? Some did. But they weren't really good
Not
at
enough.
costumes. Like one of them was dressed as a nurse. I remember that.
Not good enough.
No, not good enough. Definitely not good enough. I honestly think this was just a episode that was written about them taking the car somewhere they shouldn't, and it gets destroyed, and then they just threw
Well,
Halloween
doesn't get
in.
destroyed, it just gets gross.
Right, and they just threw Halloween in and said, "There's our episode."
And again, I don't think they should have used the term rave, because
Yes, definitely
they
not.
should just said party. They didn't even call it a Halloween party because they knew no one was going to wear a costume.
Right. Yeah.
Not enough people.
I would have liked to have seen more of the school, and see if the school might have had like any Halloween themed decorations up or anything like that, any Halloween themed stuff. But they didn't. It was, it's October, so obviously they would have still been in school.
They would have at least had fall decorations.
Yeah, definitely, which I like to see. But yeah, overall, I thought it was an okay episode. Definitely not one that I would say is a Halloween classic. What about you?
No.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. But it was the only Halloween episode that Sister had to offer.
Well, it shows they're not very good at them, so that was probably a relief.
Yeah, I would think so.
Sorry, show, I like you, but you're just not good at Halloween.
Yeah, because honestly, the only one on that night, again, the Wednesday night that the WB did, the only one that didn't have a Halloween episode that night was Unhappily Ever After, which I remember seeing that sitcom a lot. And they did have a Halloween one, but I think it came out the following year. But that episode was just a random episode that not Halloween related. So they definitely should have had the 4th Halloween episode for that whole night to be nothing but Halloween shows.
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, other than Sister, the Parenthood one was really good with the Taxi Man. The Wayans Brothers one was really good.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Those were really good. And then, Sister and Happily Ever After didn't really have anything. But I just wished it had a more scary element to it.
Well, WB, they can't really scare you, or someone will be scared.
Well, no, I mean, but to take into consideration the other 2 shows that happened that night, the Parenthood had the Taxi Man, and they had a lot of scary images there. The Wayans Brothers one had a flying cup and a scary voice.
Yeah, but they got later at night.
Did they? I don't know. Let me.
Well, you pointed out that Sister was the first one of the lineup. Like when they play the episodes. So the later it gets, the more likely the children that'll get scared have gone to bed. Is what I'm guessing. I'm not. I mean, does it sound like I know what I'm talking about? Because I don't. I just, my logic was that the later the episode aired, the scarier it was allowed to be.
Right. Well, I don't know. Sister was first. That was at 8:00, and then after that was the Parenthood at 8:30, and the Parenthood one was actually probably the scariest out of the 3 Halloween
Well, there
episodes
goes
that
my
night.
theory. I just got so excited my headset fell off.
It was probably
There
the scariest.
goes my idea.
But yeah, I mean that is that's that's classic TV right here. Is where they did stuff like this, where they had Halloween programming on certain nights, and it was good. But now they just don't do that type of stuff because we don't watch TV really anymore. We're streaming everything.
I mean, I watch TV shows while streaming them. I stream TV shows. Does that count?
Not really, but now I actually like looking at commercials that I will pay less.
Not current ones.
Well, yeah, current ones, because I would pay less to watch the commercials on like Hulu and stuff. And they have Halloween episodes or Halloween commercials out now. I saw a couple of them while streaming.
Really? I was streaming and I saw commercials, but my brain turned off.
Not me. I love commercials.
Oh.
Perfect.
Actually, I was eating popcorn, so I was probably just thinking butteriness. Movie theater butter.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess that is going to do it for our talk on Sister, the Halloween episode.
Because it was called Halloween.
Yes, it was called Halloween. All right. Well, thank you so much, April, for hanging out with me while we watched this episode.
It was so much fun. I love sitcoms.
Yes, I had a blast doing it with you again. Definitely got to do it again. Got to do some more.
Okay with that.
Perfect.
I can't talk, but I'm okay.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Halloween podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, make sure you send me an email to thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you like our Facebook page because we do a lot of cool Halloween content there, and that is facebook.com/thehalloweenpodcast.
I was nodding like they knew. I was like, yes, you should.
I saw you.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, they can't see it.
And if you want some podcast merch, make sure you go to thehalloweenpodcast.com. Go to our merch store. Buy some stuff. Everything's pretty cheap on there compared to other merch places.
Ooh, and I can tell you that the stickers are good.
Yes, I sent April some stickers and some of the postcards. What did you think of those? Pretty high quality, huh?
They're so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
I framed a couple of them, so I have them on the wall.
That's awesome. I approve of that decision.
Yes.
So, I am in a podcast again with Robert Arbest.
Yes.
It's called. He changed the name on me like 8,000 times. It feels like Wild Space Transmissions or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find out the name and share it next time on a show with Lyle. But we cover Star Wars. We cover all of the Star Wars. We're super freaking behind, but that's also part of the premise is because I am new to Star Wars and I have not watched any of the new content, so that way I would still be new to Star Wars content when we do the show for content.
Nice.
Content? I like saying content, apparently.
Content.
Or explain why when people are like, yeah, you're so into Star Wars, but you haven't watched it. I was like, it's called a podcast.
Perfect.
Dedicated.
Yeah. Well, that works. Make sure you guys check out that podcast, which I will get the name for you later. Next time we have April
when
on,
Robert tells me.
She'll know the actual name. So
when Robert tells me the name of the show we're on.
Yes. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And until then, I will see you guys later. Have a spooky night.
Have a spooky night.